Hey everyone, we are live at 5. It is Wednesday, March 7th. It's a snow day in New York City. I am Paul Wontorek.
And I am Ryan Lee Gilbert.
And we are joined by social media manager Caitlin Gallup.
Hey everyone.
What's going on?
And we have a wonderful guest.
Oh yeah, who's our guest today?
We have a wonderful guest by the name of Meghan Picerno from the Love Never Dies tour.
Christine Daae is in the house, people. I love her, Christine Daae. I've seen it multiple times.
She's fantastic.
So let's get started with today's top 5.
All right, first up, the School of Rock tour has a brand new set of children joining the cast.
Yes. So the School of Rock tour has been on the road for a couple of months, and it's time to change out some of those kids. You know, they've got to go back to school. That's right, puberty. So they've got to go back to school. They have lives to get back to. So 8 new cast members are joining the School of Rock tour. We have Alyssa Emily Marvin. We have Greer Burke.
I hope they're all watching.
I
they're
know.
Watching,
this
right?
is your moment, right? Vincent Molden, Huxley Westemeyer. What a great name. Yara Nemirovsky.
Can I say the next one?
Yes.
Oh, wait. I want to say Cameron Trueblood. I just like saying
Cameron
that name.
Trueblood. Yep. Jack Suarez Kimmel and Jesse Sparks are all joining the band in the kids' ensemble. They will join March 13th when the show is in Louisville, one of our BAA markets, playing the Kentucky Center. And yeah, they're going to be with the show. All the leads are still the same. But yeah, they're hitting the road, playing instruments, joining the band.
Congrats,
they're in
kids.
the band.
Yes.
Congrats.
And I love the Louisville house, so it should be a really, really fun time.
That's a great theater.
All right, next up, Waitress composer Sarah Bareilles will be honored by the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
That's actually the entire story.
There it is.
Sarah Bareilles,
Yup.
who wrote Waitress,
Yup.
and will be playing Mary Magdalene. What's
Yes.
this Andrew Lloyd Webber themed episode of
Oh,
Live
yeah,
at
no
5?
kidding. Yeah.
Everything
We
ALW.
got a Christine. We got a School of Rock.
Anyway, she's being presented with the Songwriters Hall of Fame Hal David Starlight Award. Not Starlight Express, which would be another
No.
Andrew Lloyd Webber reference, on June 14th. And she's in Waitress through this weekend.
Through March 11th.
Now, I heard a rumor, which I cannot completely divulge, but she's going to keep doing more musical theater roles. I'm hearing about Sarah Bareilles might be doing some more musicals.
She's super talented. She's great at it.
Yeah, well,
so
but
stick
first
around.
she's going to win this award first.
Yes.
All right, for all of you who were really sad that Pigs Fly got a few months ago, guess what? You're in luck because there's going to be a one-night only concert.
I am one of these people. I was super excited for When Pigs Fly. It was supposed
You
to
like super gay, fabulous musical reviews that are very political in nature?
Yes,
I'm Facebook friends with you. I already knew that.
I was just summed up in one sentence. Yeah, so this was supposed to happen off Broadway in October, I think at Stage 42.
Yeah.
It got postponed by a week, like previews were because
I think
they
an
needed.
investor pulled out.
And then
Yeah.
and then the whole thing got called off. So luckily, the Actors Fund have put together this benefit, and it's happening at the Gerald Lynch Theater at John Jay College on April 9th at 7:30. So yeah, and whatever
With the
it raises,
cast,
with the whole cast that was announced for the off
Can
Broadway
we be
run.
clear about one thing, though?
Yes.
When Pigs Fly is not an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical.
No, it's Howard Crabtree, that fabulous
Want to make sure
costume
the theme,
designer.
to make sure everyone knows that.
Right. So I hope to go. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
I was
totally.
really excited.
All right, next up, Helena York is stepping in to Grand Hotel.
I don't know if I've ever told you that.
About what?
I'm a fan of Grand Hotel.
You are?
It is one of my top 3 musicals of all time.
That sounds right.
So Stephanie Styles
Right.
was announced, who I've never seen before. She was in that Roman Holiday musical.
Yeah,
out of in San Francisco. But she was supposed to play Flemschen. She has exited the production due to a conflict. And the fabulous Helena York, who we last saw in
American Psycho.
American Psycho, which we love.
was so good.
And she was in Bullets Over Broadway.
Yep.
Now, Flemschen is an extremely important role.
Yeah, right.
This is the role that made Jane Krakowski Jane Krakowski after she did Starlight Express, keeping with the theme. She was in Grand Hotel. Flemschen is everything. And I love this show so much that this is how crazy I am. I said, I'm going to announce that Helena York's doing Flemschen. Let me bring this, because I just had a photo of Jane Krakowski as Flemschen.
Oh, my word.
Literally. I could reach from it. This is I
You
have
knew
things
exactly where it was.
That's Flemschen. Anyway, so it's gonna be Helena York. She's gonna be fabulous.
Flemschen.
Oh, and it's at City Center starting March 21st, and I'll be there.
What a surprise.
All All right, last story of the day. Leslie Odom Jr. has a new small screen gig.
Yes, so Leslie Odom is joining this show called $1, and they're actually spelling it, $1, but you pronounce it $1. And this is going to be a new CBS All Access show, which is, I believe, where The Good Fight is.
Wouldn't it be awkward if it was actually pronounced $1?
$1.
$1.
And I made this whole thing about CBS All Access.
So this is where you have to
Yes, this
sign
is
up.
where the new Star Trek is.
It's a new
This is where The
thing.
Good Fight is. This is where you sign up. It's like streaming kind of a deal. And this is a mystery series. I'm already intrigued. I love mysteries. Set just after the recession in America, the show centers on how the dollar bill, the $1 bill, connects unrelated strangers to an unsolved murder. Leslie Odom is playing one of these characters, along with a few other Broadway alums. Jeff Perry, who is also just on Scandal, but that's wrapping up.
Oh, yeah.
Christopher Denham and Kira Lee Berger are all joining this. But we don't know when it's starting. At a later date. That's all we know. So it's a mystery about when the mystery series will start. And
You
you'll
know
need
what?
your dollar bills to pay for CBS All Access to watch it.
You know what, Ryan? On that note, it's time to get you out of here. Thank you for joining us.
It was my pleasure.
Caitlin, why don't you tell us about Meghan Picerno?
All right. Meghan Picerno is quickly gaining recognition for her exciting performance on opera, theater, and concert stages, both nationally and internationally. She is currently starring as Christine Daae in the U.S. premiere and first national tour of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Love Never Dies. Picerno has also performed in New York City Opera's new production of Candide, directed by Harold Prince, in The Dreyfus Affair at BAM, and in Rigoletto at the Opera Williamsburg. She has also performed the lead soprano role in musicals in Mufti, from Berlin to Broadway with the York Theatre Company. Please welcome on Live at 5, Paul Wintork and Meghan Picerno.
Hello.
We're going to say that dramatic
Picerno,
every time.
That's right.
Hi, Megan.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
It's so good to see you in New York.
I know.
Yeah.
Actually, in New York.
Yeah, welcome back. I've seen you. I saw you in Boston not too long ago. I saw you in Baltimore, all the B cities.
Yep, all the B cities.
And-
So where else can we go that's B?
We're
Bali?
gonna go to the Bahamas.
Bahamas.
Let's go to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So you are starring in an enormous, gorgeous national tour of Love Never Dies, the Phantom of the Opera sequel.
Yes.
How the hell is it going?
Oh my God, it's amazing. If I could swear, I would use expletives right now. It's fabulous. Like it's
Fabulous.
Fabulous. No, with PH. No, it's like Phantom. Get it?
I'm a fan, PH.
Okay, PH. Yeah,
Yeah.
PH fan. No, really, it's amazing. I mean, every single city we go to, the audiences are truly insane.
Yeah.
In the best way.
Yeah.
I love you all. It's really amazing that no matter what kind of culture we're in or what kind of market we're in, all the audiences literally jump to their feet. Our stage doors are always packed with people that are so excited. They've been waiting for the show because, I mean, it's never been done here before. So
Right. Yeah.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it is a big show. This is a big tour. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm always amazed when, and you actually took me backstage in Boston, which was, I mean, it was like seeing Wicked on Broadway. I mean, like the backstage area, the amount of stuff in this show, it's a big,
Yeah.
lavish, beautiful
It's
production.
massive. I mean, I was told that usual tours are around like 6 semi-trucks.
Yeah, you judge them by trucks.
Trucks,
I
trucks.
learned this, the
Yes,
truck number.
yes,
How many trucks do you have?
12.
12,
So Mama's got 12 trucks.
You don't travel by truck.
Oh, no, I don't travel by truck. Although, the adventures of La Paterno would be really exciting. I would do it once.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. If
So-
it was a short distance.
Christine Daae. Now it's fun because in Love Never Dies, she's very famous in the beginning of Love Never Dies. She's the big grand diva. I mean, she made it.
She did it.
She made it. That's the in between musical. Like the she made it. Musical.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's it like entering as that version of Christine, and what was it like sort of tapping into her?
For lack of a better word, it's so fascinating to really dive into her psyche. Because here she is, I mean, in Phantom, we're just introduced to her. She's 18, she's very naive, and like everyone, including myself, I'm not the same as I was at 18,
Right.
thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God. And she has made it. So, thinking about where she's gone in 10 years, she's really taken truly a journey, not just figuratively, but literally. I mean, she's been all around the world. She's famous, she's successful. What is that like for a person, you know? What's it like as a mother doing that? What's it like as a wife doing that? I mean, so
Well, she's still with Raul.
she's still with Raul.
They have a kid.
They have a kid.
Yeah, and one thing, so the Phantom, we see the Phantom sing this beautiful Edward Albert song, Till I Hear You Sing, at the top of the show. He's been thinking about Christine. I think he still has, you know, the dolls around and the pictures and the big portrait, right?
How could you not?
Yeah. But what do you think, Christine? Where's she been at? Do you think that she's been thinking about the Phantom?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, she really literally thinks that he's dead. But
Right.
I have
That's
a
right.
feeling that for many reasons that she has obviously thought about him. I mean, music is part of her soul.
Yeah.
And he is music. So to me, their souls are always linked. And I always think it's interesting why, you know, some people might be confused. Why would Christine want the Phantom? Well, you know, like attracts like, and perhaps not physically, but, you know, there's a song in the show, Beauty Underneath, and I think that's pretty true. I mean, that's why she is a passionate person. She sings opera every day of her life. I can tell you as an opera singer, we're very passionate people. So, I mean, you know, so inside of her, she has this passion and this music, and he is that.
Yeah.
So she thinks of him.
And spoiler alert, he's not dead. It would be awkward if the sequel to Phantom didn't have the Phantom in it. It was just you guys all talking about him. That would be a different show.
Wishing you were somehow here again. Yeah.
So let's talk about your Phantom.
Yes.
Who is your Phantom?
Garator Cortez.
I love. See, it's all these interesting. Yeah, I love that name. I bet you never knew you'd know a Gadar.
No, it took me a little while to get it, but I got it right now.
Yeah, say it again.
Gadar. Gardar, I'm sorry if that's not really how it goes.
He is
I'm pretty
fantastic.
confident that that's how it goes, though.
He's fantastic. Are you guys having fun together?
Oh yeah, like on stage, they cast us so well together on stage. That
Yeah.
We're so, in my opinion, we're very equally matched in energy and passion on stage. So it's, you know, I mean, and just like honestly too, Karen Mason, Sean Thompson, Mary Michael, all of them, like we're such a tight knit group that it is fresh every day because there's all this spark going on and you never know exactly where the spark's going to land. So it's amazing.
What I love about you playing this role is that off stage you are very spunky and you have a lot of energy and you're and you're this girl, but then Christine is so grand. You're so grand when you come on.
Oh, thank you.
I love that. Do you like that? The playing those two sides?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm a Scorpio, so things run deep and you never know. But no, it's true. I mean, indeed, like my natural personality off stage is very quirky and like and just like that. Exactly. I can't even find a word. It's just a sound effect. But indeed, you know, playing Christine, there's such a gravitas that she has and an elegance. But again, for me, she is fiery and passionate within the constraints of 1907 as well. So I love it. Because every single day I get to tap into a side of my personality that perhaps I don't always use very much, if you will. So.
Now, I don't know much about the opera world, and you really have done great in the opera world. And I look at your credit. I mean, I just get intimidated looking at the names of the shows and the role. I'm like, I don't even know what any of this is. It's like, it's so foreign to me. I'm a Broadway person. So what's it like to now be in this world and to sort of, you know, I know you've done theater before, but this is on a really big level. Is this where you want it to be? Is this sort of, do you like doing both? I mean,
I like both.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think we're in a really cool, for lack of a better word, age at the moment where as an young American performer, if you can do both worlds or 3 worlds or 4 worlds, why not? You know, I think that I just saw Carousel last night actually. And I was thinking.
I'm so jealous of you. I'm bitterly jealous right now because I'm dying to see Carousel.
Go see it. Anyways, but you know, I mean, these revivals that are coming out, you have to think that who were some of the people that were singing them originally? They were very classically trained.
Right.
So for me, also to cross over into an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical where it's sung through, I play an opera singer. It's not out of the realm. And I actually think that, again, as a young performer, American performer, I think it's a responsibility to do both worlds because you can take from each. Like when I did Candide, it really felt like the Harry Potter world, like the different houses were coming together because it was like the dancers, the Broadway people, the opera people, and each one of us would be like, how did you do that? And for me then, what I'm learning in each of those worlds, I mean, I could not do this role without my opera training. And also then when I cross over back into the opera world, I'm taking all these amazing new tools and colors that I didn't have before. So I love it.
So is there a dream musical theater role for you? Come on, just go for it.
Okay, well, definitely Maria. I love West Side Story.
Oh.
Love, love,
okay.
love.
Uh-huh.
And I can get
Have you
tan.
sung it?
I have. I can.
Okay.
Yeah. I can. I don't look always pale like this. I look tan sometimes. And Eliza, My Fair Lady.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Done. Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those would be two.
I'm into that.
I'm into that too. Yeah.
Hey, Caitlin Gallup.
Hey,
are
what's
there any
up?
questions online?
We
for
are getting
Megan?
so many questions, and y'all keep sending them. But first off, we know we have a long history here at Broadway.com with Christines. And Alec wants to know, have you met Sierra or any of the other Christines, and have they imparted any wisdom?
Oh, I have met two Christines. One was Allie, who I
Allie
adore.
Ewald.
Allie, love you. Mwah. She was the first time I ever saw Phantom.
Broadway's current Christine.
Yes,
Dyer,
Broadway's
yes.
current Phantom. Hal
Yeah.
got me tickets to see it, and so I went to see Phantom and loved it. And Allie was just absolutely lovely. And Julia Udine,
Yes.
I just saw last night. Hello again. And also, she and I did a gala performance at the Schreiber Institute, and also, I mean, just stunning. And living in the Andrew Lloyd Webber family as it is just wonderful. I mean, they're very, I think, amazing about picking people that are not just incredible women, but, very good colleagues and just lovely humans. So, but I have not met Sierra yet. So,
There's
hey,
a
Sierra.
sisterhood of the Dyer.
There is the Sisterhood of
is.
Dyer.
Dyer. Sorry.
All right, David wants to know, is it easier to keep your voice in shape on tour or performing in residence? And what's your regime?
In one place is easier because you're not dealing with all the travel and the different environments. And
What about like sickness? I mean, when you're moving around that much, you're sort of.
Yeah, I'll never forget when I was in Candide, I met Chip Zine, and Chip is like the best guy ever.
Yeah.
And he was like, Megan, one thing you're going to learn is not how to sing at 80% or 50%. It's how do you perform at 20%. And let me tell you,
Wow.
that is a thing, especially on tour. And so for me, regime-wise, look, I can't go out and party and woo every night. Absolutely not, even though part of my soul wants to do that, but I don't. You're really an Olympian athlete, especially when you're touring. And so, what you put in your body, your body is your temple, is really a thing. So I can't eat spicy food. I can't eat Italian food a lot.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, me too. But it's worth it. Alcohol, anything that like dries you out, dehydrates you. The biggest thing is recovery time. You want any type of anti-inflammation going on. So basically getting everything back as normal to possible as you do it. And also not overusing your voice. So yes, I have, of course, and love to go to the opening night parties, etc.
Right.
But I can't stay there.
Right,
I can't.
right.
Talking is very dangerous when you're on a tour. So it's basically cultivating like all this energy, and I warm up every day, but not too much because I'm warm from the day before. I'm like ready to go. I'm kind of like, okay, here we go, and then that's how it goes.
So that song, Love Never Dies, it's not just a show, it's a song. And by the way, it's a big song. It's an amazing, beautiful song. And you sing it fabulously.
Oh, thank you.
When I see that song, I think, I don't know how anyone can sing this, but for you, with your training, is it actually not that hard to sing? Because
Well,
it is very operatic and
it is still a challenge though because the range of the piece vocally is pretty extreme. Like it hits for me the nether regions of my voice, so it's very low and a bit chesty, and then it pops up to what's not the
what
highest.
are the lowest parts?
I think it's an A flat.
And like what song? What part of the...
The lowest is when I'm humming, and it's like an F, and I'm
Right.
but and then the highest is a B flat, which actually for my voice type is not very high. So that's actually when I'm like, yes,
Okay.
freedom.
Okay.
But it's the range itself, and also emotionally the piece.
Yeah.
That's a challenge because you have to make sure that you grow within the piece because it's an aria. It
Yeah.
really is an aria,
Yes, absolutely.
and it's stunning. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else, Caitlin?
Yes, Ralph has seen the production twice and he loves it. He's obsessed with it. And Justine wants to know, what do you do for self-care and how do you keep your work-life balance on track whenever you're on tour?
So my work is my life. I don't do balance well when it comes to that.
I know
but
that
I
feeling.
love it. Like I'm obsessed with what I do. So for me, every moment is me doing my craft in some degree. So I know it is what it is in that regard. But self-care is extremely important. Getting massages, getting facials. Even when you're on tour, there are very glamorous things about it, and then there's times when you're like, I don't have a spoon, and you're just like sucking yogurt out of the cart, like it's come to this now. So like you have to make sure like you get your hair done, like things that make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
So that but it's very important anyway. But
Where did you grow up?
I'm actually from a suburb of Chicago, so we just came back from Chicago. It was insane. Chicago peeps love you.
Yeah, so you said a lot of people from your past were coming to see it, right?
Literally, almost 1,000 people came. I'm not kidding.
1,000 people. Like, okay.
I'm Italian, where there's a lot of us in Chicago.
I think get a group discount.
That's right.
That's a lot.
The Picernos were in the house. No, it was amazing.
And when did you first sing? How old were you?
I came a little bit later in life. I play piano actually, so that was the first thing. I was like 4 or 5, and I would be like, and also in hindsight, I'm like, Mom, Dad, hello, you had a musical genius. What were you doing? Like, no, I'm kidding. Singing came a little bit later. In high school, I did a musical year, and I always liked it, but
Like what? What was your big high school breakout moment?
I was Marian the librarian in music band.
Yeah.
That was the first one I ever
good.
did. Yeah, and then I was Tup Tim, and I'll be wearing ribbons down my back. What's that one? It's from Hello Dolly.
Oh yeah, Irene.
Irene.
Malloy. Yeah.
Irene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mabel and Pirates of Penzance.
Oh, okay. You did a lot.
Yeah, I did some.
And now you're Christine Daae.
And now it's Christy Daae.
Daae. So what's your next city? Where are you going? Like how long? You have a lot of cities coming up.
Oh yeah. Now we go West Coast.
Okay.
So
you're getting out of the cold.
We're getting out of the cold.
Okay.
We'll be going to San Jose, which is super
Beautiful.
pumped about. And then Las Vegas, San Diego, LA, and then, up Costa Mesa and Seattle and Portland.
Amazing.
I'm really excited for this next leg as well. So
I'm excited too because maybe I need to come see it again. So maybe I need to go west.
LA
Yeah,
or
sure.
Vegas.
I'm in.
I can't
Whatever.
play in Vegas, but you could do it for me. I could live vicariously through you, maybe. I don't know. No. Okay, so LA. LA.
Meghan, thank you so much for coming by. I'm so happy you had a little moment in New York and you were able to come see us. Thank you for coming out in the snowstorm. Yeah, and
It's real.
And trust me, I'm a fan, and you will see me again.
I'm so
at the show.
excited. Oh.
Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you watch Live at 5 every weekday, you can now subscribe to our podcast. Just search Live at 5 wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe, download this episode in just a few minutes. And join us tomorrow when we chat with Andrew Polk from The Band's Visit. All right. See you all tomorrow and stay warm.